but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football. Let's get ready to do battle with the Washington football team. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Hamilton on the tackle.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
It's a gain of a yard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
An 8-yard pickup.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Washington 7, Lions 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pick up on 1st down. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
And 7 at the 18-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Stafford. He's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Thomas Davis leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
5-yard line.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford now to throw. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great
pass gets hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this, we can protect this, and make sure we keep the ball.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
There's some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Stafford. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On fourth down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. 72 yards on the punt return. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Bun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
34-yard line.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. To 11. It's a big run for AP. 54 yards on the ground.
7-yard line.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. And off comes to Peterson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, I like your respect. Get it more than what I can expect.
They give it to Peterson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Gibson decides against bringing it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
Complete to Steven
A
Sims.
big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
And the Washington first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run with McKissick. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And it'll be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into moving forward.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
one only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is not going to get the first down, as he'll spot this at about the 28. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here's Jack Fox now.
Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive, as they've got it 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
At the 12-yard line.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. J.D. McKissick, 93 yards.
And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now Peterson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd down.
Stafford on 3rd down. Throw, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Haskins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete to his tight end Sprinkle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. That's going to be caught. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the 2nd half gets underway. Fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's McKissick. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way. Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Stafford looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Peterson.
Complete to Adrian.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. To throw is Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
It's been a tough one. Offensive line, they're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche. And he's going to go down again. A real head scratcher there. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They will run it. It's McKissick. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Down by Trey Flowers.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and a couple. Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Haskins pass.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
A carry now for McKissick. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Hopkins' kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. And he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9. Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
To Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Washington 41, Lions 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there.
You think you might have turned it on us too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
11 yards there, 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford, catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Ryan Anderson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford. Rifles one incomplete. Out of the backfield, Adrian Peterson was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again, Stafford. Chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Stafford throws complete to Galladay. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Stafford on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Peterson. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down at the 19.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at third and the nose of the football. Here's Stafford. What's coming out? He's taken down. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005.
8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Pressure again, and down he goes again. Montez Sweat, and Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, we just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
They run with a former Buccaneer. It's Peyton Barber. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Desmond Trufant brought him down. It's a gain of a yard.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Haskins. He's able to find Edmond. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. 13 yards there and a Washington 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Haskins going to try to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the difficult season continues.